I did have someone on OnlyFans earlier say, I'm on a mission to visit all HEBs in hopes of running into you.
HEB is a great store. We love HEB.
We love HEB. I'm there so often, like the employees know me. They're like, oh, good morning again. Like I'm literally a regular there.
You're there pretty much every day.
I should be an employee, pretty much.
Yeah, and you could, I was going to say you should buy stock in HEB, but I think HEB, they call them partners, right? So like if you work at HEB.
Oh yeah, you're a partner.
You're a partner, yeah. So like, so I believe a part of their employment compensation is some type of, stock they get in the company. I believe that's the case. And, it's incentive for employees to do good. That's because, right. They got some money wrapped up. There's some skin in the game.
Skin in the game. That's what I was saying. I was like, what is that? What is that phrase? Yeah. Skin in the game.
So yeah, HEB is man.
We love our honey.
It's like HEB, growing up in Texas, it's like you remember going there as a little kid,
Gosh.
Down the produce aisle. Fucking.
You know what I miss though?
Running through the aisles, your mom yelling for you. And
I miss Publix in Florida.
Yeah, Publix isn't bad. But it's not HEB.
I like HEB, but I like the green. I feel like Publix is just like a green version. Like the color, literally the color green version. Oh, I also want to shout out, Eric said, bro, HEB is the best grocery store. It is. I do want to shout out my socks right now. I have lovely toe socks. Let me show you guys on the live stream. I have some lovely toe socks. I officially got them in and had to try them on. I'll be doing a custom video very soon in them, so check it out. Fresh Feet. What is that website? Feetfinder.com?
Fuck, I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. But yeah, so I'm actually, this is an even worse view, so I'm sorry for all the viewers out there, but I honestly can wear my sandals while I wear my socks, and I think that's like the biggest win of all, is that right there. So this feels a little abnormal to me. It feels a little weird, but I'm honestly my feet are cozy. I don't know how else to explain it.
They look good. They look good. I think it's it's kind of sexy looking.
Right? When you get over the weirdness,
it really is.
It's like, okay, each toe.
It's like you got those mannequin feet.
Dude, and like...
you ever walk past a mannequin and swear, you're like, God damn, she looks fucking good. Look at that ass on her.
You think that about me?
Like, let me take this bitch to the fucking dressing room.
Oh my God.
Let me borrow you a second.
Eric said, have y'all had the opportunity to visit a 2-story HEB in Austin? There was actually a 2-story street. I don't even remember what that exit was that you take like first or something. But there's an HEB over there on the corner, and it was a 2-story. It was actually like an underground parking, right at parking, like at ground level, and then an upstairs grocery store.
I believe it's on the west side of Mopac. Because we'd have to cross over from downtown.
By the I Heart Tequila sign, I think, is what it is. Or I Heart something. I think it's tequila.
Don't you take Cesar Chavez all the way down until it turns into...
Yes.
I can't remember.
It splits. It does that one like where it splits like that.
But the HEB is on a corner right there.
Yeah.
And the parking garage is like underneath. I guess more on the first story, right? And
but it's covered as well. It is a covered. There's no open parking spots. So
right.
That was kind of new. Oh, and at the HEBs, I guess all over Austin, you have to buy. They make you buy, and I get it. Save the planet, but I also need those plastic bags every now and then. Okay. And then when you forget to take bags to the HEBs, you have to buy them for like 9 cents for a green tote that's going to bust here in a few trips anyways. So that was always real interesting about Austin, like remembering like, oh shit, got to grab all my bags. And then you're literally taking 20 bags to the store because you don't know.
Yeah. I'm not so like, I think banning plastic bags is fucking stupid, right? Like it's more like people need to pick up their trash and not have their trash blown all around. It's not, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, I understand that. And I really don't mind paper bags that much. Paper bags are really freaking strong, like you pay. But I fucking hate paper straws.
Yeah,
paper straws. Whoever fucking
gotta go.
Yeah, like.
Well, I was gonna say real quick at the HEB though in Austin, they literally I'd buy like a single thing of ground beef, and they would like throw it in a single plastic bag, and I'm like, wait a second. First off, I thought we had to pay for bags here. Second off, you're gonna throw it in a plastic bag anyways. Throw the rest of my groceries in a plastic bag. Oh, good times. Austin was definitely an interesting place to live. Probably not the best time to live in Austin because it's chaotic. I'm sure there's a time where it wasn't so crazy, but I enjoyed living in Austin.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's always shit happening, you know?
There truly was always stuff happening.
Yeah, I like good and bad, I guess. So, but that's pretty much any city, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin's always been fucking crazy.
Austin is.
Like, just go down to 6th Street and, yeah.
Oh, and there's this, I think we've talked about this, about there being like a so-called serial killer on the loose in Austin.
Yeah.
Killing all those men.
Yeah, well, there's either a serial killer, there's people fucking just dropping dead.
Well, I think the police, like a few years back, came out with this statement. Maybe like in 2018 or 2020, they were like, the public needs to stop getting so drunk and walking down by the river. Like that was their statement.
Yeah.
It's like, shame on you guys.
But remember, you looked this stuff up when we were living up there. And you got kind of deep into it. One of them was a guy that fell off of a bridge and died, like in a little creek right there, like Shoal Creek, I think it was.
Shoal Creek.
Yeah.
Over by the Whole Foods, mind you.
Right. Like 2nd and right in that area right there. I can't remember what street it was on.
West or something.
But the guy supposedly fell into the creek, died. But the thing was, is his sister she was very vocal about it, and she wasn't necessarily going along with the story that they were. Because didn't he have like a...
So he died by drowning, they said. Yet the creek was only like this deep, full of water. You guys can all see. It was like not that. It was a low creek, very low creek. So he died by drowning because he had water in his lungs. But this dude had like, not only did he have insane blunt force trauma, like I'm talking his femur was snapped, his like an extreme amount of force. But then there was also something, up with his eyes. Remember, like they were whited to where like that only happens when someone experiences wind, like what do they call that? Postmortem. It like will do something to their eyes. So they were like insinuating that this guy had to have traveled was taken somewhere. He didn't catch this while he was falling down I don't even know how tall. It wasn't even that. It was probably a drop, but yeah, had like extreme. Yeah, Eric said he was dumped there. See, that's what I'm saying. He had extreme trauma to his body, where they were like, he did this in a drunken fall down the empty creek. I don't know.
Yeah, and then he had like you mentioned it, but he had his injuries were not just like on one side of his body, where you fall from a bridge, you hit it hard one time.
Yeah.
And you understand that you'll have severe injuries, but they're apparently like on, like,
all his ribs were broken, like...
Yeah, opposing sides of his body where like there had to be like blunt force from both sides.
Yeah.
Or different directions, if you will.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say that kind of and like each case is different, we understand that, and each one is terrible, but, a lot of times they'll try to pass it off as like, oh, they're just like some drunk guy. Yeah. And they were shown a video. I remember watching a video around the time you're looking into all this stuff.
Oh, because it was a young kid. That was a young kid.
And like he's just walking, like kind of just walk. I don't remember. I just remember.
Was he even stumbling?
No, he's just like walking normal, and it's late at night. But he's just like fucking walking. He's not fucked up.
That was on. I believe that was on Rainy Street too. They had him last on footage on Rainy Street walking, and they said that this kid was drunk and fell in the river, and like. They played the footage of him on the road, and he was just walking. I don't know.
The Rainy Street Ripper, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
exactly.
That's
what they even joke about that on Kill Tony too, because Kill Tony's down in Austin at the mothership and stuff. So they They even joke about that on there. It's weird. We actually witnessed a body be pulled from the lake while we were there.
Yeah, legitimately.
Our apartment faced the lake and had like a 180 view of the lake because it was right there. And one morning they're just out there on the boat pulling up a body. They're like, we got to get the fuck out of here. This is crazy.
Yeah, like legit, like pulled the body from. They had to come across the river right there, across the lake, and because like all the cops and stuff, and I guess the coroner, they were getting on the boat, and then they were getting ferried across.
Yeah.
And I was just looking with my binoculars, like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
That's a body.
I'm curious how many of you guys on live stream with us on X. There's a little over 1K of you guys with us. How many of you guys are familiar with the Austin area? And what's your opinion on it? What about you guys on Eric? I know you said you think that guy was dumped there. I definitely think he was too. There was also like insinuations of like a woman being involved. And like kind of enticing these men while they were, and this is all speculation, but
right.
But yeah, that was like the story for a little bit. Was like this was an operation that was like happening, like a actual.
Yeah, well, I remember it because I thought that even before we were like you had read it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like none of this, like how would you get, because the thing is like these aren't just like, I don't know, like these aren't fucking homeless guys.
No, one of them
that
was
are getting
an
drunk and
engineer.
yeah, these are like well-educated fucking dudes, like good careers and shit on business. Now, I'm not saying that well-educated dudes with good careers on business don't do dumb shit, because of course they do. I'm not saying that. But the thing is that these all kind of fit that mold.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of thinking like, man, like how could these people end up dead in the way that they're doing it really without any what looks to be foul play involved?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, kind of the only thing that really makes sense is if they have their guard let down.
They're being enticed.
And what way do men most likely usually let their guard down? And I was thinking woman, but who knows? Maybe it's gay men.
Yeah,
maybe these guys are gay.
Yeah, going
and maybe
on a business trip. They're
or
away
they meet
from
up.
their families.
There's a gay guy that, and I'm just saying. But so like they're attracted to somebody.
Yeah.
Meeting them in a bar, you go up to them, talk to them. This is a target. And if you're the bad guy with these nefarious actions, bad guys or girls, you go, you get them drunk. You're talking to them, making sure they're getting some drinks in them. Hey, why don't you go with me? Or why don't you meet me over here? Yeah. If you're at this bar, well, I just live 2 blocks over. Why don't you meet me right there? I'll be over there. I'm going to my apartment right now, and I'll meet you there in 30 minutes. You can just walk there from here.
Yeah.
And
and I love living in the city. I think I'm such like a half and half girl. I love being around the city life and like everything that's happening. But then there's a part of me that like does not like that. And I want to be in a small town and I want to be in small things. But for that reason, I just like start overthinking things that are happening. Matthew on OnlyFans said this is the first episode of the new Panty Nectar True Crime spinoff podcast. We've actually, I have a couple. One of our friends, Dash, who does a lot of the homeless work up in Austin. He actually documented a few of these, crazy things that had happened. These crazy, mysterious deaths that had occurred, and all these things. And it's pretty like crazy, especially just to see like the police response to it was very kind of alarming. Like just like, oh, you guys stop drinking so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, first off, it's your job to keep us safe, sir, or ma'am. It's your job. So maybe do things to better the public, like public safety, like put lights down on the trail at night or something.
Yeah.
Or a camera is something to, because there is some crazy shit that goes down. We even, I don't think we specifically saw this guy, but I know Dash has reported on him. There's like a guy that goes around building crosses, like out of, and I'm talking massive crosses out of stones. But the dude's like crazy and like has threatened people before and usually has a machete. But you know where he's been because he builds these giant, just monuments of a cross made out of stuff. It's pretty crazy. Or that one guy we saw preaching just down by the water. He was like,
he'd preach.
He was literally like,
right there at what was that? First Street and Cesar Chavez.
Yeah.
So there's a bridge right there at First Street and Cesar Chavez, and they have a pedestrian side of it that's lower than the bridge, you know, and you can walk down the bridge, and he would usually preach from the Cesar Chavez side, not the riverside side, not the other side of the river. And so he would just stand there, because like, who the fuck is this guy just yelling down here? Then you get closer, you're like, what's he saying?
And then he's like talking biblical.
Yeah, it's like biblical shit he's saying, and he is just like speaking out to the world, to the water.
To the water, yeah. Preaching the word. I'm like, preaching the word. That's
like every day he is down there.
Eric said a long time ago, leaving 6th, a random girl popped out of some woods behind our parking lot and asked for a ride to the UT dorms next to lake. See, that's what I'm saying.
Did he give them a ride?
Yeah, Eric, what happened? Did you give them a ride?
Yeah. Ride this dick.
Dude, but that's what I'm saying. That's
what every guy's thinking, right? Oh yeah, perfect.
Eric said, yeah, she was cool. Oh my God, you're so I worry about things like that. I'm like, don't talk to strangers. Eric said never saw her again though. Yeah, because she was probably like, no, these guys aren't drunk enough to take advantage of. So next, just drop me off over here. That's crazy. Yeah, we saw some crazy stuff go down. Remember we saw that guy now this is just a whole episode about Austin, Texas, but remember we saw him. Episode. Yeah, we saw that crazy homeless dude. He was that Hispanic man because he would just shout in Spanish all the time. Yeah. But one night we're like, what the fuck is that? We look out the window and he is like, where the bridge is, there's a pedestrian walkway down by the road, below the road. And he was sitting there with his back up against the concrete wall, like just shouting things in Spanish and like hitting his head literally as hard as he could on the concrete until like finally we didn't hear him anymore and he had knocked himself clear out. Yeah. Yep. The cops were like there in the morning to check on him. He was actually someone we had called the cops on several times, had called 911 because we could see him like starting fires. We could see
the dude lit his one day I see him because you'd hear him coming.
Crazy.
And I hear him and I'm watching him with my binoculars and he's going across the bridge and I'm like, because this is like I have the video of it.
Yeah. Oh, we have so many videos.
And this was like a Saturday at 2 p.m. Not like fucking at the middle of the night there. Like this was like a Saturday at 2 p.m. And I'm watching this guy and he comes across the bridge and he throws his bike down and he always had new bikes and shit because he'd steal them.
Every day.
And so he'd throw his bike down and he'd just start hitting it. And then I see him pull out this bottle and he starts pouring this liquid over his bike, and I'm like, and he's on the bridge right there, right where the bridge comes
People are
off.
Getting their daily walk.
Yes. And I'm like, what is? I just thought it was water because we always saw him go down to the little water fountain down there and get water. So I just thought he was pouring water over it. So I'm like, that's fucking doesn't make sense. But he's just pouring water over his bike. And then next thing I know, it's fucking up in flames, dude. Like 12, 15 foot high flames. You know, now the gasoline, I assume what it was, like it didn't burn long. Yeah. Luckily, it was, the fire was out in 30 seconds.
Well, the thing is, he lights it and he just like starts walking down the street.
Oh, yeah, he left. Yeah.
So left this fire unattended. These pedestrians happened to be walking by and they had their water bottles that I assume had water in them. So they were pouring it on there.
Yeah.
Like
the guys that were working on the trail down there.
Yeah.
There was guys working on the trail.
They were trimming whatever
doing
trees.
Whatever they were doing. And they look up, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Dude, we would see, I'm not going to lie, we would see some chaotic stuff go down because of our, like, just our vantage point that we had in our apartment. Oh, yeah. That was, we could see, if you guys, or if anyone listening is familiar with Austin, we could see the Long Center from our apartment. So, like, you can see the lake, the lawn in front of the Long Center where everyone hangs out, the Long Center over there. Like, you could see pretty much everything. I mean, you could even see over to Zilker to an extent.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty fucking crazy witnessing, like, just when busloads of people would come in, you could tell because they drop them off a few streets behind us and then they funnel out to the trail where everyone else is and they just like blend in with.
Like, these people aren't from here.
Yeah.
The fuck did y'all come
Eric
from?
said, my motto is always stay strapped or get clapped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, literally like that kid that I think he was like a 21-year-old kid that was walking over by the Long Center with his mom, I believe, and he bumped into this guy, just like a shoulder check kind of accidental thing. And when he bumped into him, they just kept walking thinking no big deal. And the dude turned around and had a machete and literally almost took off his hand. Yep.
Almost took off his arm.
Literally, this kid like had to recover. And then they ended up saying, if you're familiar also, you know, the DA sucks in Austin. First off, that's just fact. When you have 7,000 unindicted felonies, that's just insane. And so, this kid did not get justice, and instead they just said the guy was too crazy to stand any kind of trial. So, and they weren't going to release any more information because I think that's something Dash had looked into, and they were like, no, we're not releasing any more information. Yeah. So, pretty crazy. Austin was crazy. So, one of those situations, stay strapped or get clapped until what, though? Then you have to defend yourself, and the DA may not do anything even about it.
Yeah, that's the way I felt. You know, I mean, it's like... Yeah, it's like you're walking down the street and you're like, I don't want to fucking have to.
No.
I don't want to have to defend myself. Yeah. Let me just put it that way. I don't want to have to defend myself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I will.
Yeah.
And so then you're put in that situation and a few times, you know, it felt very, you know, uncomfortable to where, you know, it's just very uncomfortable, and it made me think, like, if I have to fucking do this, I don't want to have to do this, you know, first and foremost. And then secondly, I don't want to do that within Travis County. Yeah. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. And that's just fact. Like, we live.
You become the criminal.
Exactly, yeah.
And so our resolution was to fucking leave.
Yeah.
And so that's just...
Yeah, which is unfortunate because like Eric was saying earlier on here, like Austin's awesome. I loved living downtown in Austin. Minus what was going on with that whole situation. Being in Austin was fucking incredible.
But you know the problem... Not the problem. But part of the problem is, you know, like you have the influx of people from California coming to Austin. And so, and they're, in most cases, fleeing California because it's fucking imploding in the metro areas.
Right.
You know, or definitely has been over the past few years. So they come to Austin, and Austin isn't nearly as bad as fucking Oakland. Austin isn't nearly as bad as San Francisco. In fact, it's really fucking nice compared to those places. We're talking about the crime and shit like that.
Yes.
Now, us people native to the area, we see the downward trend in it and think that's not the way that we want it to go. And it's very fucking uncomfortable. Yeah. You know? So, hopefully they turn things around in Austin, you know? And it's not, you know, I don't know. I just, because Austin is an amazing fucking city. Yeah. I love Austin. There is no place I've been to, and I think that most people that have been to Austin will say this, and there's people that have traveled all over the world that live in Austin, that it just has a special fucking vibe to it. And part of that vibe, part of the attraction to Austin is that it is a weird place.
Weird, yeah.
I mean, now it's, you know, you rarely see it anymore, but there used to be like t-shirts everywhere, like the whole motto of "Keep Austin Weird." Yeah. I mean, that's not a new term. This shit's going back to like the 70s or maybe even further than that, right? The term "Keep Austin Weird," I believe, you know, started in the 70s, but of course, Austin's probably fucking been this way back when. Yeah. This is where the University of Texas is at, right? So like, so Austin has always been, when I started going to Austin in the fucking 90s, it's a fucking strange place. Yeah. You see some strange shit there. And you would even see fucking fist fights and bar fights and shit like that. But the shit you see, you know, anywhere you go. But it needs to fucking retain that inherent weirdness that it has. Yeah. And not the outside influence weirdness of making it what people think it should be. Yeah, I guess. And sorry to interrupt, but I just think that that's the way it's going in Austin. Like going to Austin, this is probably for everywhere, but going to Austin in 2025 is absolutely nothing like going to Austin just in 2010. Much less fucking 2005, 2000, 95, before. And things change. And it's good that things change. But when you talk about when it's the fucking crime rate drastically increasing, and all the fucking crazy homeless activity that you see, it just looks like fucking homeless encampments, like throughout the fucking area.
They're all, and it's like to the extent of like, you're in the wrong for walking in their area.
These are entitled
That's
fucking
their
people.
area. It's Eric asked best sexual experience in Austin for y'all. Honestly, we didn't get to have any because we were so worried about surviving in Austin. Like, that's literally how bad it was in Austin.
In my bed.
Yeah.
Blowjob on the couch.
One of the last times I was in Austin was for a friend's birthday party, and we actually went to the east side of 35, or what is it?
East 6. Y'all are on East.
Yes, East 6. Which I had never been before, and it was awesome. It felt like you could like I was very concerned before the trip. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a little bit of a worrier, and I was like, I don't know about partying in Austin, downtown Austin. Like, I don't know about it. And so when we went over to that side, which you're even more like, I did not know what to expect over there, but over there it was awesome. We went to Latchke's is where we went, and it was so much fun. There was no like homeless out on the main party road, you know, like it was very nice. It was actually a good experience. So hopefully Austin turns it around eventually.
Yeah. Hotel Vegas is over there. I went there. That's where I saw the Moon Pies play a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw a question. Oh yeah. Have you ever ball busted your partner? Someone asked earlier. Ball busted, like ball busted.
Yeah, like a guy stands there and fucking gets kicked in the nuts.
Dude, I've never done that before, but I'd be down for it.
I bet you would.
Would you be down for it?
Fuck no.
Would any volunteers? Do we have any volunteers?
Any volunteers for paying actor to kick you in the dick?
I would love. Matthew said me. I would love to. I think that would be so much fun.
What shoes would you wear?
I'd wear my toe socks.
Yeah?
Yeah, just my toe socks.
And then fucking squeeze the nuts.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
What if you did like a fucking toe clap on the dick like this? Bam,
I could pinch with my toes.
That's a secret hidden talent, I guess.
I guess. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So Eric said, tickle my balls before and after, and you can. You should make more femdom content. I would love to. It's just like I was talking about yesterday. It's more of just like an exercise to keep it there. It's not really like something that I grow. I should. I enjoy it. I do. I have a lot of fun doing them, but I feel like I just like got to do my one and get out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Sounds like you need a little fucking.
Because then I get too much, and then it's like I think I'm the boss around here.
Sounds like you need a little cut boy. Beat the shit out of.
I do. Ben said you're natural. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? Hello, you guys. I see all you guys. 1.6K live with us on X. Hello, you guys. Hello. And thank you so much for chit-chatting with us. I volunteered to be cuck boy, Ben said. Good boy.
So I was telling you earlier about the guy that I talked to at the park today that came up to me. And he was very interesting. And I'm curious if anybody has ever heard of this.
Okay.
He started going on like 30 minutes into the fucking conversation. He's like, out of nowhere, he's like, do you know what a chestahedron is? I'm like,
chestahedron.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. Or chestahedron
Anyone know on
or
X?
chestahedron.
Chestahedron. Does anyone
And I'm like,
know?
no, I don't know what a chestahedron is. And he's like, he goes on for like 20 minutes explaining to me that it's a shape.
Okay.
Like a 3D shape, I guess.
Okay.
And he's explaining to me how a cube has this and how a fucking hexagon shape has this and how an octagon has this. But some guy realized, but what about the 7-sided shape?
Okay.
That 3D shape. And apparently, so he says, I haven't done my research on it, but he was saying that it wasn't until like the 2000s that they even discovered or recognized this shape.
Okay.
Which is fucking astonishing if you think about it.
In 2000, yeah.
Like we're working on DNA by 2000.
Yeah.
Like this shit's been going on. Like there's all this. Like we have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
In 2000, but we don't know about a fucking shape that now we know about. But anyways, he was saying he said it's made up of like like 3 equilateral triangles or some shit, or 4, or however many it is, and then like these kite shapes, like a diamond, but like a longer tail.
Yeah.
And then
let me look up a chestahedron.
And then, so they make this 3-dimensional shape. But the really interesting part of it is that he said that your
chestahedron, yeah.
That like apparently where your heart sits in your body, the cavity is shaped like that.
Okay, so this is a weird shape. So it says chestahedron is a 7-sided geometric solid with equal area faces discovered by artist Frank Chester. That is said to represent the geometry of the human heart. It has 4 equilateral triangular faces, and 3 kite-shaped faces. And its transformation can be seen as opened tetrahedron combined with elements of a 5-pointed star, also known as a sacred geometry shape.
That's insane.
And so heart vortical or bell-like geometry.
He was saying how a bell. He was talking about a bell, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like
this looks like some shit you would find on like Zelda, like a Zelda game.
What the?
Yeah. So here we have.
Yeah, that looks wild. So.
Yeah. It looks like a diamond you'd find or something.
But he was saying, so he does
diamond shape right there, triangle.
Frank Chester.
Wow, that's that dude
wild.
right there.
How the fuck?
Look at that triangle, chest, diamond.
So this dude, he was a paraglider, and he was saying that he was trying to design some type of chestahedron shape capsule for his paraglider to do whatever. I guess to be, encapsulate him like, the frame, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's pretty
what's weird? Man, who is that guy that talks a lot about? There's a lot. Like I was seeing those pictures and how they're overlaying over the heart and stuff. And that seems kind of crazy to be relating shapes so much with like reality type stuff. But there's a podcast I listened to with Joe Rogan and that actor from Empire, but he is like actually a freaking like a genius.
The Terrence Williams
Terrence Howard Terrence Howard, I think is his name. And he talks a lot about shapes and frequencies and so that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's a very interesting podcast. And kind of like what I get from it, like a lot of it at least was like he like talks about like the non-linear nature of the universe reality, about how. And he says that we try to put everything like on a linear path or, to fucking sequence it, to make it make sense in our human brains. And,
even our elements, but they're all frequencies. Like they're all, it's a very interesting podcast episode. And it makes sense when you really think about what he's talking about. Like everything just being on a frequency and some things we can't see because we don't know how to absorb that frequency. It's very interesting stuff.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what to think of what he was saying until they started talking about his patents. Mm-hmm. And he has,
they got taken away from him.
They got taken away from him?
Yeah, there was some incident that happened. Let me look up.
But he said that he had like 40 patents like at one time at least, and like relating to these things, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Forget everything does AI mode now.
Yeah.
Quote, they stole my patents. I knew there was something about Yeah, it says Terrence Howard does not have any granted patents despite his claims of having dozen. Well, because they weren't given to him. They weren't, someone else bought them. Like there was some, I'll find what incident it was, but it's so crazy. Even that is like so crazy.
Yeah. The powers that be, man.
Yeah, and of course this is talking about like jurisdiction and how certain things can be.
What, the USTP
Yep,
Trade
I was
Patent
gonna say,
Office?
yes.
USTPO or whatever.
So crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed my toe socks today. Remember, there is a big discount if you want to come hang out on OF, or if you guys want to see some naughty golden nectar, you can head over to fansly.com/pantynectar. Or if you are looking for my closet and what it is that I wear, and maybe you're looking for some worn panties or some warm items for yourself, you can head over to pncloset.com.
And pantynectar.com as always for the latest podcast video,
Yes.
the podcasts about Panty Nectar.
All things Panty Nectar, head to pantynectar.com.
Yes,
Make it
there's
simple.
no sign up, no credit card, nothing like that. It's just a real website, no redirect. It'll take you to some cool content, so please check it out when you get a chance.
Yes.
Pantynectar.com. Thank you for listening.
All right. We love you guys. See you next time.